Elizabeth Shaw, tag friend. It's going well so far. Yeah, broadcast. Okay. Oh, we're looking hopeful. I have no friends. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me. I might as well just eat worms. Oh, hello! I hear a buzzy sound now, but you know when someone's twisting up on the radio, that's what I was getting. And I'm thinking, nobody's going to watch our video with that sound. They're going to open my ears. Now, am I delayed? Because your voice looks delayed.
Oh, that's because I've got the earpods in.
Oh, maybe I need earplugs. I want to feel special. Do you know what? It's not even attached. Fall off halfway through. That'll do. Oh, maybe put a light on might help. Oh God, do you know what? We've got to go through this every time we do one. It's going to be a video. Literally 10 days already to do one.
This would be a comical video to put on.
See? All comes in handy. Oh, that'll do. Right. I'm sweating.
That's why I can't drink coffee. All these people that drink coffees in the videos, and I'm like, no, everyone would hear me gulping.
I've got. What was I going to say? Do you know what? I don't know if you've seen my. What have you just done? Knocked it over? You haven't. What have you done? What are you laughing? This is worth recording. I think we should record it. We're going to have to put the bloopers on, I think. We've got plenty of bloopers in 5 minutes. What have you done?
Yeah. There we go.
This is us trying to get ready for our life.
Yeah, because it's real and it's human and it's what we do.
I can't remember the title of your channel. What's the title?
Overcoming narcissistic abuse. I couldn't then either. Overcoming narcissistic abuse. Right, yeah, you introduced me.
Not a mess by the time we start. Overcoming narcissistic abuse. Shit, that's a mouthful. Quite short on your title. I'm going to sneeze.
3, 2, 1.
Bless you. You've got to press that bit of your lip.
Oh, my mum used to sit there going like that.
Apparently, you're supposed to look at the lights as well, but I don't know if that works. It just makes my eyes go funny, so I see the moon for the rest of the day.
Someone said that if you do that, pinch your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go like that, and then you lose your gag reflex. I haven't tried it because I've got no interest in losing my gag reflex. My gag reflex is there for a reason. It's to teach me I'm gagging, and I need to stop doing whatever I'm doing. But anyway, that's apparently a thing. Yeah, they've got some editing to do.
Right, should I start?
Yeah, you start. I think.
Oh, dear me. I'm going to start laughing, right? Okay. Hey, guys. No, I can't. I'm going to... What's wrong with us? Okay. Much. What do I normally say? Hi, guys. It's Val, Toxic Free. Welcome. Hey.
I'm going to laugh.
It's going to be a nightmare. Okay. Hi guys, it's me, Val from Toxic Free. Welcome. Now, as you can see, I've got a little guest, or she's got a guest. One of us is a guest. I really don't know which one, but that's Elizabeth Shaw.
Stop! I'm laughing. That was really good.
Well, that's not going to help him. Every time I say something funny, you're going to stop me and go, woo! Good job. I know how to edit things. Right, okay. So before I start, I'd like to apologise for the tears in our eyes because we've taken half an hour before we've even started this video. I don't even know if it's recording, but hey ho, we'll see. So we do look like I've been crying because we're virgins. This is our first, well, okay, I'll rephrase that. We're YouTube virgins. So, and I'll rephrase that. We're live YouTube virgins. It's our first chat. So we're learning as we go on. So please, guys, be gentle with us. Anyway, today's topic, we're going to talk about something that's interesting and it's coming up very soon, which is Christmas. Oh, can I also say, no, what was I going to, that's going to be edited out. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So we've got Christmas coming up now. Again, with the COVID, I don't know whether we're all going to be able to get together, but if for any reason it changes or we do get together, I want everybody to know how to deal with Christmas. So we're going to have a chat today about Christmas and narcissists on Christmas Day, aren't we, Elizabeth? We're going to try and help people understand and get through it without going mental.
Yes, try to help people understand why narcissists do what they do to ruin and sabotage special occasions, and some different methods to try and help survive Christmas Day or special occasions. Not only if you're with a narcissist, but also if you're spending the occasions on your own.
It's not going well.
You're fine, keep going.
We all know that some people have got narcissistic parents, they've got narcissistic sisters, family members, you name it. And again, this video isn't just for this Christmas, because it could be different this year, but from all the Christmases coming, hopefully this video will help Christmases in the future with narcissists, when you do have big families and you do have big get-togethers, and you know, you're going around to your parents' house and you've got Uncle Fred who is a narcissist or someone like that. It's just being able to get through the day. Now, first of all, I did research something. It's also, when you're talking to a narcissist, look at them like they're a 6-year-old. If you can reframe what they're doing to you in your head and look at them, because they are actually children, aren't they, Elizabeth? They're actually children grown up. And they're spiteful. So Christmas Day is something that narcissists don't like, because to me it's a prop. Or to them it's a prop, not to me, because I'm not a narcissist. Put that bit out.
She's off the camera. Add it in, let people see the realness.
Keep going. When I edit it, it may look quite professional. May not, but I can try. That's the thing, reframe it in their heads, because they are children and they will. Christmas is a prop to them, like everything else is a prop. And they use props in their ways of manipulating. Christmas Day is a huge big prop. New Year's Day, I've got a story about New Year's Day. In fact, it was another video. New Year's Day, Christmas Day, birthdays, anniversaries, there are ways to spoil things because they are unhappy people and they want to bring everybody else down with them.
I've lost my train of thought. No, you carry on talking, that was more fun. Right. Special occasions. The thing with narcissists and special occasions is that it's
Sorry, I was putting my teeth down.
So when it comes to narcissists and special occasions, they are, like you say, toddlers in adults' body that never learn how to communicate with other people or respect other people or value other people. But they're also very insecure, unhappy people, due to the fact that they believe they're special. They don't like the fact that they're not the centre of attention, that they're not getting the admiration that they believe they're entitled to. So they go all out to sabotage special occasions for others to make themselves feel better. And most often with a narcissist, you'll find once they have ruined it for everybody else, they then become all smug and all happy and all pleased with themselves.
They've got the power of the room.
Yeah. Or some, if you start getting upset, some will be turning it around onto you with the pity plays of, oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, why are you upset? And if you try and say what they've done, oh, I knew it would be my fault. And then you never get across what you want to say to them because they're instantly playing the pity party. You then feel bad for trying to explain what's happened to them. They just have to ruin it.
I think as well, a lot of the time, their childhood Christmases probably weren't very nice because obviously, as we know, a narcissist is made from the abuse as a child. So if they've had really nasty Christmases, maybe, I don't know if you think about this, but it's bringing back bad memories for them. The way that we've been brought up, we've had the loving family around us. If you've been brought up and you haven't had all that, when it comes to Christmas, maybe the narcissists are triggered to their childhood and they think, wow, all my Christmases have been really horrible. I'm going to, somehow it kind of affects them in a way that they want to bring everybody else down because they're miserable, because if they've never had a good Christmas, I don't know if that's...
They have had horrific childhoods, but people without the disorder can have had toxic childhoods and horrible Christmases, and they go all out to make sure There's people that don't like special occasions because they had an awful childhood, but because of they can empathize with other people, they can know how it feels like. So even though they don't like it, they don't go all out to ruin it for other people. They might go out and buy the gifts for the children and spoil the children, and then take themselves off to bed, not to ruin it for anybody, just, oh, I need my time now. You know my history. I love you all, but I just need to go and take 5. And you can understand each other, you can communicate and have that conversation. With a narcissist, it's all that woe is me. Well, because this happened to me then, you're going to suffer now. And that's what pulls people in to want to try and help them and cheer them up and let them have a good time. But we have to recognise to step away, whether someone has the disorder or not. If someone's not enjoying a special occasion, it's not our job to make them enjoy it. It's our job to help them. But if they don't want our help, yeah, it's like, well, you do what's right for you. I'm going to do what's right for me.
As well as, because narcissists, this might be something I do tend to dig quite deep into my thoughts sometimes. Is it because narcissists can't deal with emotions, and because they mirror people all the time, is it really hard for a narcissist to be in a room full of people who are hugging and kissing and all this on Christmas Day when they're all not seeing each other for a long time? Is it hard, do you think, for a narcissist to put on that face? Because we know they wear a mask, and you know they mirror emotions and they mirror empathy. Would it be hard as well for a narcissist to stay in a room full of 10 loving people and keep that mask on? Do you think that's really difficult for them? Are they struggling to be nice?
I think it's the envy. One of the traits of the disorder is envy, and they are envious of other people's happiness. Special occasions, even in America, with things like Thanksgiving. Yeah, so like America has Thanksgiving, we have things like Remembrance Day, and it's showing gratitude for other people. And narcissists don't like it not being about them. They believe they're above other people, so they can't recognize why we would want to show gratitude to somebody else. It's about the giving of gifts and being grateful for things. They're envious. Whatever they receive, they always want more. There's many a narcissist that will go out and buy somebody a gift that the narcissist actually wants themselves, and then moans at the other person. If you bring up that it's not really something I wanted, they'll moan at them for being ungrateful. And if they do get you something in the love bombing or the idealization stage, they expect you to be eternally grateful for that gift.
I got a hedge trimmer once.
Buy you all the gifts that you might like, but then they'll be bragging and boasting on social media about it.
They can't imagine what you want, so they have to use their brain and think, right, like they're projecting onto you what they would like. So rather than thinking what you would like, because that's having empathy, they will think, oh, what can I get? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'd like a strimmer. I'd like a hedge clipper. I'll buy her a hedge clipper. She'll like that because they like it. They think you're going to like it. Empathy stops in front of their nose. That's what it is. They can't look past their nose. It has to be about them. Everything's about them.
Yeah, and then it's a win-win for them, because they buy something for you that they want so they can use, and if you don't like it, they can have a go at you for being ungrateful. Or in the future, they can bring it up and say, well, what about when I brought you this and how ungrateful you were? And you think,
it was a hedge clipper. I don't even have a hedge.
So they themselves are very ungrateful, which is why they turn it round onto you, saying that you're the one that's ungrateful when you're not even being ungrateful. You're just a bit like, well, why would you get me that? It don't make any sense.
I was thinking about a story once that I had a Christmas Day. I'm going to tell you my Christmas Day story. I'll try and keep it short, and I might have talked about it in another video. I don't know. I was married for 4 months, and about 4 months after that, we had a baby with somebody else. Work it out. But anyway, Christmas, when we got engaged, we were supposed to get engaged on Christmas Day. Christmas Eve, he'd gone out, he'd got drunk, I'd gone home early, and he was really annoyed that I hadn't stayed out to wait for him. Come back into the house, literally went absolutely ballistic at me for going home early, not meeting him. I'd been working all day. So he then decided to literally go underneath the Christmas tree, break everything he could find to look for the engagement ring under the Christmas tree. He then got on his knees in front of me, drunk, when I was crying because he just wrecked the Christmas tree, opened the box and said, get engaged to me now. Now, I'm obviously, you know, thinking no. So I said no. He walked out. I'm trying to keep this very short. Did a runner for I don't know how long. Came back the next day on Christmas Day and sat and cried at the table. And my sister had come round. And he was like in tears, taking over. And I said, listen, we're going to Mum's. Are you coming or not? He said, no. I went with Mum to Mum's with my sister. And next minute, Mum says, well, it's called Paul. I'm going to call him Paul. Paul's outside. He's pulled up in the car. I said, oh, he's decided to come. So I looked out the window and then went to the door. And he went to the boot of his car, got 2 glasses of champagne and a bottle, 2 glasses of champagne, a bottle of champagne, 2 glasses, not 2 glasses. I would probably spit it on the way. Drinking and driving. So it's my dog, gets on his knees and he's like begging me, please get engaged to me today. Now it's Christmas Day. He's a control freak. It's a case of whether he meant to ruin Christmas Day. I don't know if he chose to ruin it. It was just the fact that I'd said no to the engagement. And he was like, you will get engaged to me. You will. You know, how dare you say no?
No.
Exactly. So I stupidly put the ring on just to shut him up. I went back into my front room and I kind of said to Mum, you know, like this, as if to say, be careful, he's been drinking, he's not very happy. And he sat in front of me, he's going, oh, I'm so happy we're engaged, I'm so happy. And I thought, I took it off and gave it back to him. I said, I can't do this. Because I'm thinking of future stories, you know, when your kids or, you know, when your friends are going, so how did he propose to you? It's like, oh, well, he got drunk. He forced me to get engaged on Christmas Day. I only did it to please him. That's not a good story to be telling the future kids or family. He then, when I gave him the ring back, got back in the car, sped off, sent me a text to say he was going to go and commit suicide and he was going to hang himself in his garage because he still had another house he couldn't sell. So I then rung his parents up and told them what was happening. 2 days later, we got back talking. You know what he said? I can't believe that you've told my parents I was going to commit suicide. How dare you go around and tell my parents I was going to commit suicide? So you see how the whole thing, it plays, it's like a script. And then because you do something that they'd scripted, they then use what you've done because they scripted against you. So the fact that I was worried that he was going to hang himself because he was just, the control was out of his control, if that makes sense. And yeah, I got played hell with. You should never have told my parents. I'm like thinking, well, what do you do when your future husband threatens to hang himself in his garage? Do you go, okay, I'll see you on Boxing Day, or I'll see you New Year's Eve if you're going to come round? Oh, it was that.
They escalate it. It's the pattern of behaviour. They feel threatened in some way with that. You said no, so it criticised his sense of entitlement. He wasn't going to have any of that, so he was going to push it and push it and push it to get his own needs met. He then turned up at your mother's to sort of guilt trip you in front of an audience of, look at how nice I am proposing to her on Christmas Day, and she's saying no, she's the toxic one. Then the guilt trip pity play of I'm going to top myself, which we take seriously because we don't want anyone. Some people are. So some people are depressed and we don't want anything to happen to those we care about. So we do what we can to try and help them. And then they turn it round into being the victim again. Oh, well, if you hadn't have done this, everybody feels sorry for me. And you're left there time and time again thinking, what? My Christmas Day.
Well, that day I sat at the Christmas table and cried the whole day because the whole Christmas was ruined. I think it was probably near enough. My dad was with us at the time. He's passed away since, and it just ruined Christmas. And everybody was just, I couldn't cope. It was the worst Christmas ever.
Well, Matt, I'm going to bring a parent into it because we have parents as well. Our Christmas Day, try and keep it short again, was regarding my brother. My brother wanted a Commodore Amiga computer. And this computer was about £401, I think, something like that, $399. He knew it was an expensive gift. He knew that it was a lot to ask for. So he wasn't being rude or smug. Most children are, I see, I want. He wasn't even being like that. He'd worked out roughly what our mother spent on myself and my brother through Christmas. And he worked out that roughly she spent around that amount of money. So he'd explained to her, trying not to be ungrateful, but he was trying to explain to her, look, I really, really like this. And as much as I appreciate the other presents, I'm willing to give up these other presents in order to just have that computer. Then it came to Christmas Day, and I saw the look on his face as soon as we walked into the living room where the Christmas tree was. My mum made our Christmases brilliant, so we did have nice Christmases. But as soon as we walked in, I could see the mound of gifts. So I'm opening mine, but I can feel the disappointment in my brother because he's opening all the things that he likes, and he's trying to be appreciative to my mum. But at the same time, you can see he's very disheartened because in his head, he's thinking, well, I could do without all this and just have the one thing that I actually asked for.
Yeah.
And it's not to be ungrateful. That's because of how much you actually spend on us. So he was getting more and more upset. But the thing is, I've got about £800 worth of gifts. I've got all these gifts, and I've got a big mountain bike and everything else. And my brother had only got the little. So my parents left the living room, and I'm sat trying to cheer my brother up. Our mum used to have so many presents in the living room, and then after Christmas dinner, she would have some in the dining room, just like games, just to keep us going throughout the day, because the excitement's kind of worn off. So she was like, well, here's a buzz for the afternoon, have some just family games to play. So I was saying to my brother, no, if you're trying to reason, bless him, that, look, if you look at what I've got, there's no way Mum has not got you that computer. She would not spend that much on us. And then I says, I bet it's in the dining room. And he was like, yeah, but you know what Dad's like? You know what Dad's like? Dad then started a major argument about how ungrateful we both were and how snide we were both being discussing things. But then he went all out on how ungrateful Matthew was, which of course Matthew was then feeling ungrateful because he had asked for something, and then he was being made to feel ungrateful, and then he's thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't have asked for it, maybe I am being ungrateful for the gifts I've got, maybe I shouldn't be. And so it just escalated throughout the day. My mum was then in a bad mood, fuming, because she's like, why upset the kids on Christmas Day? It's Christmas Day, we've got them this gift, why do we need to upset them? And of course it was in the dining room. But then when they did open it up, of course everyone's down on that mood then. Everyone's like not knowing how to act, not knowing what emotion to show, not knowing. And then when he opened it up, he was playing on it. My dad.
No.
So it was just like, was there any need for that whatsoever? There was no need for him to go around and sabotage it for everybody else. They have to let you down, humiliate, shame, criticise, belittle you, and then when you take offence to it, they turn around and go, I was only joking. Exactly. And it's like, is that a joke? Because that's not funny. But if you tell them you don't find it funny, it's not a case of, we can all do it, we can all play a joke on someone and someone else not find it funny, but we then look at it from their point of view and think, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, I'll not do it again. And then we don't do it again. With a narcissist, they do it again and again and again and expect us to just deal with it.
Things that can help you through the day. I actually did a video on getting through, like, being in a vicinity of narcissists and stuff. One thing to get through the day. Now, this may sound really, really silly, but it's what I said on this video. If you're going to go around to a parent's house in a big party, or you know that you're going to take your husband, or you know you're going to a party with a narcissist, Uncle Johnny that drives you mad, Uncle Johnny that, you know, is a little bit pervy or whatever and makes you feel uncomfortable. Say you're going at 2 o'clock for dinner, you're going to be there till 10 o'clock at night. About 4:30, 5 o'clock, if you change your alarm to your ringtone and set it for 3:30, 4 o'clock, because you know by that time you are going to be exhausted. Pick up your phone when it rings, it's an alarm, but then just go, oh, hi, it won't be a moment. And you just say, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm just going to go out into the garden. I've just got to take this phone call. Go outside for 20 minutes, breathe, get your composure, calm yourself down, have a break. And then go back in after you've calmed down and then start again.
Because you know what they're like, so you know what to expect from that person. So don't don't let it disappoint you when they behave how you expect them to behave. So if they're acting like a complete narcissist, then do the phone trick, or find another way. Go and talk to somebody that lifts you up. Go and talk to somebody that helps you out. Like with us, I always had my brother, or I was very lucky, I had my brother or my mother to talk to. So we could always, it is a bit like gossiping about the person, but it was better than exploding at the person. We could get it off our chest. And yes, he would play the victim of, oh, what are you three talking about again? And we did feel bad, but it's a case of, well, if you wasn't behaving in the manner you're behaving, we wouldn't have to try and sort it out. I think it was someone's birthday, I'm not sure. There was some special occasion, and we went to a pub, and my dad is really, really cheap. He's got a lot of money, but he's really, really cheap. And he turned around to me and my brother, who were about 9 and 12, and said, go and ask what cheapest pint is. And we just looked at each other and went, well, we're not allowed to just walk into a pub. And he was like, no, go in there and ask what the cheapest pint is. And we were like, yeah, but we're not, because it just came out of nowhere. And then next minute, he got major face on, went speeding off home, pulled up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and sent us both to bed. And we were both like, huh? But having each other to talk to, of like, did that just happen? Did that just... It's not me, is it? Or is it me? So having that, and then he would play the victim of, well, what are you lot talking about? But if you say to them, well, we're talking about how you behave then. Oh, I knew it would be about me. But to try and focus on being around the people that raise you up, that you want to see, that you want to spend time with.
There's also something else that I was thinking as well. But if you've got a partner and they maybe know that you're talking about them, they maybe can feel that they're about to be kind of exposed, or they know that you're talking to your mom about the nasty things that he's doing to you, and he has a feeling that, you know, the word is getting out that he is nasty to his partner. What'll happen on Christmas Day, they will go around, and you're obviously expecting fireworks. You're expecting him to act like an absolute, I'm trying to think of the word, dickhead, knobhead, whatever you want to call it. It's an English term, sorry. And he behaves himself. He goes in and he's the nicest person ever. He does everything for you. He treats you well. He's in the kitchen washing up for your mother. He's serving. Anybody else want a drink? You know, somebody want a chocolate? And you're sitting there and you're watching him and thinking, oh my God. Now, all the people that I've told that he's a nasty piece of work, that he's hurting me, that it's, you know, they're all thinking, he's lovely. And that's one thing he will do. Rather than cause chaos, he will manipulate the situation into making everybody see that he's the nicest person, and they'll all look and go, what is wrong with you? That there's something, and you're sitting there thinking, I don't believe this. He's making me look. They all think, and I've told them that they're all, you know, be careful. He's in a bad mood. He'll probably ruin Christmas because he's that way out. And he is the most perfect person ever. Thank you, lovely party. Thanks for inviting me, guys. See you later. Get in the car, and he smirks at you and going, ha. You thought I was going to ruin it, didn't you? There you go. And it's a ploy, and you just sit there.
It's like the grandiose narcissists. They can throw the biggest, grandest party ever and invite loads of people and make it really, really extravagant. But you're going to have to show eternal gratitude, and they're going to need a lot of praise. So they're going to need a lot of attention. Well done, thank you, all day long. Otherwise, they're going to flip out or sulk on you once everybody has gone. Many will cause that argument on the build-up of the day. They'll promise you what they're going to do on the day, and then I had it on a Mother's Day. I promised that the kids and I would all go out. I was about 8 months pregnant at the time. They got the children to run me a nice hot bath to go and soak and get ready, and then they came running in throwing cold water on me as I was laid there in the bath with a, oh, I'm only joking. I'm like, can't you take a joke? I'm thinking, I'm 8 months pregnant, I'm like a beach whale in the bath, I can barely move, and you're throwing cold water on me. And this is supposed to make a very hormones beside. This isn't what people want. So I was like, what is going on here? And then we had this wicker wash basket with a wicker wash basket lid. He knew I hated this. The kids would go up and downstairs and he would get the wash basket lid, which all the edges had been ruined from him doing it, so it was sharp, and he'd roll it down the stairs after the kids. And I'm like, for one, the children could get hurt. For two, you're damaging the wallpaper, which actually costs money to fix. Not that you'd know that because you don't buy anything for the house. The thing you did buy, then trash. So then you know, as you're going on 8 months pregnant here as well, I'm getting more and more het up and more. So in the end, I actually turned around and said something, which then is like, oh, why can't you take it? Because I criticised him, not only in front of our children, in front of my children, but in front of his child and his right to do what he wants. He then picked up a baseball bat and smashed the bedroom to smithereens. The TV went flying over, the one thing he did buy. So he did smash his own stuff. But when he came round to apologise, then when he did come back, he was like, well, it was my TV. And I'm thinking, that's not really the point, is it? But and then he's turned around and saying, well, at least I didn't hit your round face with the baseball bat. I'd be grateful that you destroyed. And I thought, what? Of course, I still took him back, as you do. But it's just like, what's going on? There's a TikTok video that I have just put on, and it's basically got a toddler walking around shouting its mummy and then tipping the TV over. It's not a toddler, it's a grown man pretending to be a toddler, throwing the TV over and then bursting into tears with like, does anybody else's toddler act like this? Well, I've duetted the video with the photo of the trash bedroom, because it's like, yeah, toddlers might act like this. Grown narcissists act like this too, because they're not getting, because it's not their day, because it's not about them, because they're not getting what they want. They're going to do all they can to sabotage it for you, but they're going to do it in a way that they're going to blame it on you for them destroying it.
It's just horrific. I mean, I'm hoping that everybody who's watching this has got some points from it. It is our first video, and I do hope that maybe when we do a few more, we'll actually maybe get a bit better at this. Because I must admit, all we've done is laugh, really, all the way through. And the amount of...
I look like we're crying.
So I do look like I've been punching my eyes because of my crying. But I do hope that this Christmas for everybody, they can survive it. Again, this is going to be a hard Christmas anyway, because a lot of people are with people and isolated and locked down with their abusers, and that is the hardest thing. So all I can say is that people watching this, if you are, please just try and, you know, watch videos and try and learn how to cope, and watch grey rock videos, how to grey rock in a way that you're not giving emotions back. And it's so hard not to react, but they want your reaction.
You've got to be really careful with this though. If you're actually with a narcissist, you've got to be careful doing grey rock. It is that catch-22. If you are with them and locked down with them, if you don't give them the reaction they want, they then might start escalating things.
Right. Okay. No,
so
that's a good point.
If you are with them on a special occasion, and the best way is finding a safe way out of the situation. If you can't, you've got to be careful when grey rocking. If you are alone with a narcissist. If you're on a big family event, if it's a relative you're not going home with, you can grey rock them. But if you're going home with that relative, they might. You've got to tread carefully. You've got to strike that balance between not feeding into it, not trying to cheer them up because they take that as criticism, but not completely ignore them, because they'll also take that as criticism, which can send them off.
I watched Dr. Ramani once, and she talked about fluffing. Obviously, some people's fluffing is different to what Dr. Ramani was talking about, but I won't go there. That's another video, guys. But she was saying that, you know, if you're with somebody for an hour to 2 hours, just give them the adoration. Just give them that ego boost. If you're feeding them with what they want, if they're gaining their supply off you, I know you feel like you're manipulating people. You know, you do feel like you're manipulating by doing that. But if it's going to get you through the day without wanting to pull your hair out, so if you can just get through the day with fluffing them and just giving them everything they want for a couple of hours and saying, oh, you know, you're looking really nice, I love your shirt, and do a cup of tea, can I do anything else for you, sweetie? Sometimes do you reckon that might be a better way of doing it than grey rock?
It all depends on the one you are with and the level that they take things to. And with those without empathy, you never fully know what level they are going to take it to. So it depends on your specific circumstances and what you're going through. But yes, with some, you have got to, I call it level up in some ways, because not only are you leveling up to who they are as a person, you're trying to get them to level up to who you are as a person. So with some, if they get something right during that day, and I don't mean right by exploiting them to get your needs met like they do. I mean, if they're being kind, if they do something nice for somebody, you have got to strike the balance of giving them the attention to praise them. It's like training a toddler. You are praising them as you would praise a toddler, so that they can recognize that behavior worked for them. And then when they do something negative, not reacting to them. But a narcissist, you do have to be careful, because most are going to push you for that reaction. So not reacting to them to try and teach them that that method's not going to work. You can also kind of, if you can see it escalating and they're trying to get that reaction, suddenly talk about what they did earlier on in the day that was good, that was helpful, that was kind, to try and bring their mindset back onto when they were nice and when things were going well, to diffuse the situation before it explodes.
I think the thing is that we like we're manipulating, but you know what, guys out there, if sometimes you have to do these things to get through the day, we feel guilty because it's not us, and sometimes having to act a certain way that isn't us just to get through the day also can then leave its mark on you. Yeah, it's just a case of having the tools, and if there's lots of different tools, you use what tool is for the appropriate for that person, that type of narcissism, that kind of situation, social situation. It's just having the tools to get through the day with a narcissist, especially on Christmas.
But it's not, you can look at it like you're manipulating them because of what you've learned about what they do to you. But they behave in the way they behave to get their needs met, to get things to go how they want them to go. They do it for ultimate control. You're not doing it to control them or to tell them who to be or how to behave or how to act. You're doing it because you understand that them as a person like attention and praise. Them as a person don't like criticism, which most of us don't like criticism. So it's striking that balance between treating them how they want to be treated rather than how we often treat people how we treat other people. And when it comes to a special occasion with a narcissist, or any occasion with a narcissist, because it's a serious subject, as much as we have to find our sense of humour in it.
Yeah.
But it's a serious subject. So when it comes to your safety, you're not manipulating them by treating them how they expect to be treated. You're recognising who they are. You're recognising what they are capable. You know what you are dealing with, and you're going to do all you can to make sure you get through the day in one piece. They want control. They're doing it for control. You're doing it for peace. It's about the intent behind the behaviour. And a narcissist will gaslight you into believing that you're holding a grudge, or that you've done something wrong, or that you're looking for control, or you're causing an argument. A narcissist will try and manipulate exactly what they project what they are doing, because it's what they do. They project that onto you. If they're holding a grudge, they will say you're holding a grudge. If they want to ruin things, they will say you're ruining things. So you've got to go in there with your intent, knowing what your intentions are, so that when they try to gaslight you into believing your intentions are something different, you can stay in your reality. Not to explain it to them, because they're not going to listen to your explanations, but just to hold on to your truth.
Well, I I know that I did, can I just say quickly, a lot of people watching this on my channel, I know that recently I did do a video about where my channel was going. And this is why I'm doing this with Elizabeth as well, because I just feel like I was getting to a path that was limited, and I want to be able to expand and move into different directions by doing this collab with Elizabeth. It's given me it's just given me a new boost. So anybody watching this thinking, oh God, I thought she was going to leave and she's back. Sorry, it's not right to mention that. Sorry, no, I'm not messing. I'm not one of these people.
Well, if they didn't want you back, they shouldn't be watching. That's them, not you.
I'm going to do a video about why I'm going through that. I think we do it anyway. I'm sorry, I'm kind of digressing
because we're human and things get difficult.
You about how I'm feeling at the moment, and I'm going to do a video about that, and I've got some other ideas in my head. And I think my videos, I'm probably better talking from my heart rather than talking from a script and trying to remember what I'm talking, looking at a script and then speaking to the screen, I can't do that. That's probably what's I'm struggling with. So I'm much better talking out just like this and being stupid. So I just wanted to get that in there for anyone watching me thinking, hang on a minute, she was going to leave YouTube last week. So, but anyway, Elizabeth saved me.
Most people want you, because no matter what we do, we're not going to please everybody. We're not, and that's up to those who don't want to watch us to just not watch us. Tips on special occasions.
Cool, go for it. Sorry, I digressed.
Off my script, so you're going to have to do some editing. So, right. I'm no good when it's scripted. So when
That's exactly what I said. Isn't that really strange?
When it comes to dealing with them on special occasions, if you can, set boundaries, but remember your safety comes first. Don't try to get them involved. If they don't want to be involved, leave them to it. Don't try and force them. Don't try to make them happy. Don't just leave them to do whatever it is they want to do. And then if you are on your own on a special occasion, because many people are, even if you're with a narcissist on a special occasion, many can up and leave you on a special occasion and leave you alone. So then it's things like having your expectations, lowering your expectations of them, but having your own expectations of how you want the day to go, what you can do to make the day happy for you. Go out there, I know with COVID, money isn't great, but go out there and treat yourself to a gift that you would like, so that you're not disappointed when they buy you a gift that they want. So go out there and treat yourself. If you're on your own, creating new routines for things that you would like to do, creating new traditions, or if you've got something from a childhood that you haven't done for a while that you enjoyed, bringing that tradition back in. And getting out there, again, difficult with COVID, but there's plenty of online media things that you can do, but getting out there and helping other people through Christmas Day, because giving is one of 6 human needs. Contribution is one of these 6 human needs. So when we're contributing to others, we feel better about ourselves. So if we can find a way to contribute to others on special occasions, it actually helps us. With a narcissist, it works the other way round. They want the contribution within themselves. They don't get the whole give to others and feel better. They get the whole take from others. So finding some way to contribute, finding something that you enjoy doing on Christmas Day for you, and try not to isolate yourself, because it's very easy to want to just curl under the covers, but that's going to make us more depressed, that's going to make us more upset, that's going to make us ruminate more. So it's difficult to give us that boost, but we need to find a reason to boost ourselves. Going for some exercise, yoga, mindfulness, meditation, reading something positive, listening to positive motivational videos, finding something to give you the boost, to get you up, to get you going. Even if it's your first Christmas alone, even if it's just getting up and having a shower, reward yourself for having that shower, and acknowledge that you've done that. Even if you spend the rest of the day laid on the sofa with a box of chocolates and some tissues, which does make you feel worse, because then you've eaten too much, but we do on Christmas anyway, but you've got to take it as a process, as a step by step. So recognizing the one thing you have done, and then having that day, and then going to bed and getting up the next day, and going to bed and getting up, and just slowly making progress each and every day.
I think also
that was all of them.
On Christmas Day, give yourself a break from watching videos on narcissism. I think that's one thing we do. We always love, we get obsessed with watching videos. Christmas Day, sometimes you watch videos, and if narcissism is in your head, and if you it's consistency going around, you're watching videos on Christmas Day, just don't. Leave the videos alone for one day, because it can create, it's good to learn stuff, but on Christmas Day, you just want to avoid watching videos about narcissism. Watch videos, motivational videos. But when you're watching videos, and it's triggering you, and it's reminding you of what he's done or what she's done, and you end up just back, leave all that for the rest of the year. But Christmas Day, just keep off the narcissist videos, because how much, you're learning, whilst you're learning, you are your brain is being brought down a bit, because you're going through things in your head that you've gone through. Avoid the videos on, watch some pussycat videos, playing boxes, jumping around and swimming, catching balls. Watch something good if you've got to watch videos. Stick a comedy on. Don't watch
I always find this works differently for different people. And I always find, one, you've got to acknowledge the fact that you want to. Rather than argue against yourself, acknowledge the fact that you want to, and then tell yourself you're not going to, and go and do something else. Or if you really can't resist the urge, be like, right, I'm going to spend 20 minutes watching this video because I want the information to process. Spend 10 minutes writing something out or writing my reality, and then I'm going to go and do this and do something positive to lift you back up, to make you laugh, to put you back in that right mood, whatever is the mood you want to be on Christmas Day. But no one wants to be miserable, and life hits, we do get miserable, so it's finding what cheers us up.
Exactly. This Christmas Day, I've actually been inviting around to my mum's. Now, I fell out with my sister about 3 or 4 years ago, and a lot of people know this if I've said it in videos. So I've spent the last 3 Christmases on my own. My mum would come around on Christmas Eve and we'd have something to eat and stuff. But on Christmas Day, I spent it on my own. Now, since my mum got COVID in March, I've obviously got back to talking to my sister, and we seem to be a lot better now. I'm still slightly grey rocking and taking my colours down, because I'm a bit stupid, and I annoy her with my stupidity, because my sister's very flatline, whereas I'm actually never finds these videos. God, I'm dead. So, and I'm always like, hi, sweetie, it's Christmas. And she hates that side of me. I have to tone myself down. I'm not saying do that, tone yourself down. But if you know that you do something that annoys people. So I have been invited around on Christmas Day for Christmas dinner, which I'm loving the thought of. And my mum keeps saying, oh, my sister's really excited. Your sister's really excited. She's buying you presents and stuff. And I'm like, really? She says, yeah, she just seems, I think my sister's kind of mellowed as well over the years. And she's really looking forward to me coming on Christmas Day. So fingers crossed, if I can dull my colours slightly, she can maybe try and bring herself, and we can maybe meet in the middle. We'll not rip each other's heads off and ruin Christmas. And my mum's actually said, Val, please, if it happens again, just, and I said, Mum, since I've been doing my channel, I seem to be a bit more patient. I've learned so much more in the last 3 years. And I said, I do think that I could cope with it. Plus, if I just come around for dinner, I used to wake up in the morning there and I used to jump on over his bed going, hey, happy Christmas. And my sister would tell me to piss off because she hated my jolliness in the morning. She'd go away, and I was just the most stupid 50-something-year-old child. But I'm obviously not stopping the night. I'm trying to this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to cut the amount of time down that I'm at my mum's, have the dinner, stay, watch a video, a movie or something, and then go home before. Because the longer you're in the company with somebody who is narcissistic or has a lack of empathy, which is slightly my sister a little bit, she's getting better. I don't think we change, but hey ho. And, enjoy the little bit, but don't outstay your welcome if you're at a narcissist's house, because that's when the booze gets down your neck, when people start drinking, getting tired, getting moody, the day's getting to an end, and that's when the family feuds start. Leave the party. Know when to leave the party.
It's true though, because some you are dealing with people who have the disorder, so you need to be careful. Some you're just dealing with people who are narcissistic.
Yeah,
and just they might have a bit of empathy, but they are self-centered, but they're not actually on the spectrum of the disorder. They're just, and that's it. With those who are a bit narcissistic, I know people don't like it, but we can act narcissistic while we do question ourselves. Doesn't make you a narcissist.
No,
but if you can find that sort of like balance and compromise with each other and find what works for each other, then you're respecting each other's beliefs, you're respecting each other's values, and you can get along a lot better.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, should we leave on that point? Right, so guys, I do hope you've got something out of this. Hopefully me and Elizabeth will be doing this a little bit more often, maybe once a week, once a month. Once a week's a bit much, don't want me for that long. So I don't think we can cope. We spent an hour laughing before we even went on live. So I do hope that, you know, it helps, and I do wish you all the love and pray for your Christmases to be happy and narcissistic and toxic free. There you go. Please, again, go over to Elizabeth's channel and sub to her. She's got some bloody good videos there, and she's got a lovely calming voice, and she doesn't giggle and act stupid like I do a lot of the time, and she's very calming.
There we go. Now, thank you everybody for listening, and if you're watching on my channel, please go and check out Toxic Free's channel, because it has got some very informative videos, and she covers a lot of topics that people don't like covering. You do. There's a few topics that people don't want to break into that ground, but people do need to be aware. Even that one you did a few weeks ago about support groups. People don't like covering those sorts of things, yet they do need covering, and people do need to be aware. So there's a lot of very good videos, and you do bring the sense of humour to it, because it is a serious subject, but we do need a sense of humour, whatever that sense of humour is to us as an individual.
Thank you. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe, and stay toxic free.
Bye.